Welcome back to the Echoes of Wisdom channel, the place where knowledge becomes practical wisdom, and where every lesson can help transform the way we think, work, and live. Before we begin, don't forget to follow and subscribe so more people can benefit from these powerful ideas, and so you never miss the next chapter in this journey. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of our series on professional meetings. If you haven't watched Chapter 1 yet, I highly recommend starting there first. In the previous episode, we explored the power of first impressions, where to sit during meetings, how to introduce yourself confidently, and how your attitude inside a room can quietly shape your entire career. Today, we're diving deeper into something even more important. What truly separates average professionals from exceptional ones is not just what they say during a meeting. It's how they prepare before it, how they behave during it, and what they do after it ends. This episode is based on chapters 2, 3, and 4 of the book, mixed with real-life experiences, practical lessons, and situations many of us face every single day in our professional lives. And honestly, some of these small habits can completely change the way people see you at work. Chapter 2. Preparing before the meeting. Let me take you back to a moment I still remember clearly. One day, I received an invitation for a project kickoff meeting. The email sounded urgent and important, but at the same time, I already had several meetings scheduled, deadlines approaching, and a long list of unfinished tasks. For a second, I stopped and asked myself a simple question. Do I really need to attend this meeting? It sounds obvious, but most people never ask themselves that question. We often attend meetings automatically. We say yes without thinking. Then we spend hours sitting in discussions that could have been summarized in a 5-minute email. A professional meeting actually starts long before anyone enters the room. It starts with clarity. Before accepting any meeting invitation, ask yourself, is the purpose of the meeting clear? Can I genuinely add value? Do I have enough information to contribute? Is this even the right format for solving the problem? Or would a quick phone call or email work better? One of the biggest mistakes professionals make is attending meetings unprepared, simply because they didn't want to say no. And trust me, showing up without preparation is sometimes worse than not attending at all. I learned this lesson the hard way. Early in my career, I once entered a meeting thinking I could figure things out during the discussion. But halfway through the presentation, someone asked me a very direct question related to the project data, and I didn't have the answer. That moment taught me something powerful. Preparation creates confidence. When you prepare properly, you speak differently, you sit differently, you think clearly, and people naturally trust your opinions more. So before every important meeting, make it a habit to review the agenda carefully, finish your previous action items, anticipate possible questions, gather your reports, numbers, and supporting documents. Prepare solutions, not only problems. Another habit that changed my professional life completely was arriving early. Not 1 minute early, 15 minutes early. Those quiet minutes before everyone arrives are incredibly valuable. You can settle yourself mentally, organize your thoughts, test your laptop or presentation, adjust the room setup, and remove unnecessary stress before the meeting even begins. You'd be surprised how many professionals lose credibility because a presentation file doesn't open, or because they forgot an adapter, or because the projector suddenly stops working. Preparation removes chaos before chaos begins. And if you're giving a presentation, always remember this golden principle. Begin with the end in mind. Ask yourself, what is the one message I want people to remember after I leave this room? Because people rarely remember every slide, but they always remember the main feeling and the main message. Keep your slides simple. Avoid overwhelming people with paragraphs of text. Use visuals, charts, and short bullet points. And most importantly, don't just present information. Tell a story. Because stories are remembered far longer than statistics. Chapter 3. What to do during the meeting. Now, imagine this scene. You walk into a meeting room. Immediately, you feel tension in the atmosphere. One person is sitting with folded arms, looking annoyed. Another keeps checking their phone every 30 seconds. Someone else interrupts every speaker before they finish their sentence. And then there's one person quietly smiling, maintaining eye contact, listening carefully, and speaking respectfully. Who do you think people naturally feel comfortable around? Your attitude inside meetings becomes your silent business card. Sometimes people may forget your exact words, but they will always remember how you made them feel. I once witnessed a brainstorming session completely collapse because of one sentence. A colleague interrupted another person and immediately said, "That idea will never work." The energy in the room changed instantly. People became defensive. The discussion stopped being creative, and suddenly everyone was more focused on protecting their ideas than solving the actual problem. But imagine if he had simply said, "I understand your point. What if we adjusted it this way to reduce the risk and save cost?" Same disagreement, completely different outcome. That's emotional intelligence in meetings. Professional communication is not about attacking ideas aggressively. It's about guiding conversations towards solutions. And this becomes even more important when asking questions. Meetings are not courtrooms. You are not there to win. You are there to create clarity, alignment, and progress. There are different types of questions professionals use strategically. Closed questions. Did you complete the report? Open questions. What challenges caused the delay? Probing questions. How did this affect the rest of the project timeline? Directed questions. Ahmed, how will this impact your department? Each type serves a purpose. The smartest professionals don't just know what to say, they know how and when to ask. And then comes body language, something most people underestimate. I remember once giving a presentation while one attendee kept looking down and drawing randomly on his notebook, even though he later explained he was simply doodling while listening. At that moment, I assumed he was bored and disengaged. That experience taught me how powerful nonverbal communication really is. Your body speaks before your mouth does. Simple things matter. Sit upright. Maintain eye contact. Nod occasionally. Avoid checking your phone. Avoid crossing your arms defensively. Show presence. These small details silently communicate respect, confidence, and professionalism. And believe it or not, people notice them more than you think. Before we continue, if you're finding value in this series, don't forget to follow and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom so others can benefit too. Sometimes one small lesson can completely change someone's career, communication style, or confidence level. Chapter 4. After the meeting ends. Now here's the part many people completely ignore. The meeting ends. Everyone stands up, and suddenly people mentally disconnect. But the truth is, the real results of meetings happen after the meeting. This is where professionalism truly appears. I've seen people leave coffee cups behind, forget their notes, fail to follow up, or completely misunderstand their responsibilities. And then later, they wonder why projects fail. Professional people treat the end of the meeting as the beginning of execution. One simple habit says a lot about someone's character. Leave the room better than you found it. Clean your space. Return chairs properly. Erase the whiteboard if necessary. Respect the environment and the people around you. Then immediately review your action items. One of the most effective systems I personally use is a simple checklist. What tasks were assigned to me? Which tasks are urgent? What can I delegate? Who needs updates? Does my team fully understand the next steps? Because communication after meetings is just as important as communication during meetings. I once saw an entire project delayed for more than a week, simply because one engineer assumed his team understood the decisions made during the meeting. Nobody informed them clearly. Everyone waited. Everyone assumed someone else would explain. And nothing happened. That's why follow-up is leadership. Never assume people understand automatically. Clarify, communicate, confirm. And finally, after every important meeting, ask yourself a few honest questions. Did I contribute effectively? Did I listen carefully? Did I improve the conversation? What could I do better next time? Because growth doesn't happen only through experience. Growth happens through reflection.
So, let's bring everything together. Before the meeting, prepare yourself, understand your role, organize your thoughts, and arrive early. During the meeting, stay positive, respectful, focused, and emotionally intelligent. Ask thoughtful questions and communicate with confidence. After the meeting,
Follow up properly. Prioritize tasks. Support your team. And continue improving yourself after every experience. Meetings are not just conversations. They are opportunities. Opportunities to build trust, to show leadership, to solve problems, and sometimes even to shape the future of your career. In the next episode, we'll explore something extremely important: why meetings exist in the first place. Because great meetings are not about talking more. They're about alignment, accountability, decision-making, and action. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom. Share this video with someone who wants to improve professionally and become more confident in meetings and communication. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building wisdom into every part of your life.